Florida Congressman Byron Donalds was raised in that fine borough of Brooklyn, New York, and he joins us now. Congressman, great to see you. I will just note that lower income Democrats in New York voted against that Nepo baby phony by 13 percentage points versus Cuomo, who, again, has his own problems. And black New Yorkers voted against that Nepo baby phony by 18 percentage points. Not everybody's on board, but boy, those liberals in the Lower East Side and the East Village sure love what he's peddling.
Well, Dagan, tell everybody how you really feel. Look, here's the reality. This guy does not understand how economics truly works. He has a radical ideology where he thinks the government can just raise taxes with impunity, spend money with impunity, and everything is going to be okay. Look at his idea around this thing about the city of New York setting up grocery stores. That is a failure. It will never work. The city of New York and cities around the country used to do this decades ago. Before food stamps, cities were directly giving out food. The federal government was directly giving out food. People forget government cheese. Listen, when I was a kid, I was on government cheese. I was on government peanut butter. Let me tell you, it was awful. Nobody wanted it. So the government transitioned to food stamps, which is now SNAP. And by the way, there are a lot of reforms on Capitol Hill that need to go into those packages. Yep. But the reason the government made the transition is because when the government decided to actually give out the product directly, it was an abject failure. That's why poor people in the city of New York are saying, this guy's a fool, I'm not voting for it. This is why people who work hard day in, day out, busting their hump, trying to make ends meet are saying, I don't want any parts of this. But if you're sipping lattes at your brunch, like Mr. Winklevoss says, you think this is A-OK.
You know, Congressman, I think there's a lot of New Yorkers right now eyeing, moving down to Florida, where you're running for governor. I live as well. But what I'm trying to figure out, Congressman, and I love your insight into this. I mean, New York City is one of the most liberal cities in America, one of the most liberal cities in the world. So is this instructive of where the Democrat Party is going just in liberal New York, or more broadly speaking, as a party?
Well, I think they have a real issue. They really don't know where they want to go. You have somebody like Mamdani who caught lightning in a bottle and excited a portion of the Democrat base. It looks like you have Democrats who are more on the establishment side who want no parts of this guy because they know the reality. They will lose elections with Democrats like this. So as a Republican, I say, go ahead and vote for him. Keep running people like this because the things that they talk about might sound good in a 5-second clip, but they have no basis in reality. They simply do not work. And it's going to have more Americans, whether they live in New York or anywhere else in the country, choose the Republican Party, choose common sense, conservative economic principles, because that's been proven over time to be sustainable, efficient, actually more cost effective. They stabilize the cost for the American people. And if the Democrats really want to talk about affordability, if they really want to talk about it, they should join Republicans to unwind the Leviathan of the regulatory state that has raised more costs on more businesses, passed on to more consumers than anything else.
And I will put the onus and the spotlight on people like Jamie Dimon and J.P. Morgan, because you see smaller financial firms moving to Florida, say Ken Griffin, notably from Chicago, to South Florida. However, J.P. Morgan's putting up this giant totem to Diamond down the street from here, but it is abusive what these large banks and financial institutions subject their employees to by making them live here, by making them come to work. And if you want to give your employees real freedom and choice, and you want to attract the best and the brightest, you will pick up your bags and you will move the heck out of here. Congressman, final word.
No, I totally agree with you. I think the American people are looking for governments that get out of their way, that don't create stupid rules, that actually make economic sense over the long term. That's what they really are looking for. This battle in politics now over affordability, let's be very clear, affordability becomes a crisis because Washington overspends, decreasing the purchasing power of the American people, and Democrats, with some of my Republican colleagues, I might add, continue to support terrible regulatory policies policies that do not allow markets to thrive and to flourish. So to everybody who's trying to make money in this economy, government is what is getting in your way. And so people are looking to states like Florida, like Texas, my friend Chip Roy standing right over there, and Tennessee, because that's the future of America going forward.
Oh, you just opened a can of worms. I'm ready to name some names. Y'all are really nice down there in D.C., but I will name some Republicans who are part of the problem.
Yeah, I don't think
Next time.
Dagan's afraid to do that. So.
Oh, let's be clear. It's not Chip Roy. He's not one of them. Let me be clear on that one. I want to make sure I put that out there for everybody.
He's a fighter, like you, Congressman Byron Donalds.
And maybe governor one day.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.